Diane in Denmark here, rah rah rah. Happy Thursday, or Little Friday as we call it here in Denmark. Hope you're well this morning. I'm really looking forward to today. I've already had a nice dip in the sea this morning with my besties, Vibeke and Helena. It wasn't too choppy this morning, but the water temperature is falling. So now we're at 6 degrees Celsius. You'll need to look that up in Fahrenheit. But let me just tell you, it was cold, and my wee fingers and my toes are still a bit cold this morning. But we are also, I'm meeting up with them tonight because we are having our Christmas dinner in town together in the centre of Copenhagen. So it's all go here today. And I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing in here. I'm going to give you, first of all, the Flylady's 5 super cruising missions. Remember, we started back in October, getting into the spirit gently, getting our homes ready and our heads ready and everything else ready for Christmas or whatever else you are planning for. And in the month of December, we have super cruising missions. And that way we're just checking off all the boxes, making sure that we haven't forgotten anything. And we're taking it in baby steps as usual, just 15 minutes at a time. I'll bring you up to date with the first 5 of those. There are 15 in total. I'll give you the 5 of them. And as you can see here, I've got the next box of goodies, of decorations. I'm going to be decorating for 15 minutes in here, the living room. You've seen me decorating in Zone 1, which is the entryway, the hall. You saw my decorations there. You've seen me decorating in Zone 2, the kitchen, where you saw the candles and my family's heirlooms. And I've got a mix of stuff in here for Zone 5, which is the living room. So anyway, if you're not going to be decorating today, maybe you want to, maybe you need to catch up with laundry, go and grab that laundry and fold, and I'll give you a wee chat along the way and keep you company. So anyway, I'm going to put up the main lights so you can see what we've got in the box, and let's get started. Right, for the missions, I've got mine, and I just have put them in my holiday control journal. I've been making these videos for years. If you want to see individual videos about the missions, I'll put them on the playlist up there. You can look back, do whatever works for you. And I was actually just taking something else out of my holiday control journal, which is the recipe. My husband's going to be making Danish donuts at the weekend, so we are all prepared for that. I've got the ingredients, and he'll be going mad in the kitchen probably on Saturday. So it's good to have everything just in one place, and then you know where to go. Okay, Flylady super cruising mission number 1 was to spend, set that trusty timer and just spend 50 minutes decorating one place. And as I've said before, you don't need to take out all the ornaments and do all the decorating. Just do something, because often we kind of get caught in that thing of it all has to be perfect. And I've been your timer the last couple of days decorating, and I'll be your timer today for that. Super cruising mission number 2 was to look out your linens. Maybe you've got a special tablecloth that you want to use. Does it need to be ironed? Does it need to be dry cleaned? Guest bedroom, do you need to change the sheets there? You saw me in the kitchen, I was getting out my tablecloths, and also I have Christmas tea towels and hand towels. So you've seen that already. Super cruising mission number 3, which was for Wednesday, was a clean and fling mission. The usual thing, when you're doing your cleaning, if you spot something obvious, maybe you've been ordering things online and you've got boxes and you've unpacked them, but the packaging hasn't actually made it out to the recycling. Talking to myself here, that needs to go. Super cruising mission number 4 is planning. Do you need to get a haircut? Do the kids need to, I don't know, do they need to go to the dentist before Christmas, or do you need to go to the doctor and get checked up or something like that? Any of those appointments, let's get on the phone or get online and make those. I had my hair cut, was it last week or the week before? So is my son, my daughter and my husband, they'll be getting their hair cut this week. So that is planned. And super cruising mission number 5 is one of the ones that we always think, oh, I don't want to do it. But if you just get started, is to look in your fridge and really spend 15 minutes in there and, absolve yourself of any guilt and say, it's all right, we've maybe wasted food, but let's just get it out of there and make way, because especially for us, you know, we've got more food coming in. If you're going to be cooking for whatever your celebration is, you want to have space to put it and be able to find it in the fridge. So I absolve you of all guilt. We've all been there, all done that, all wasted produce that costs money, but it's gone now, and let's get it out of there. So that's the holiday missions, the first 5. I'll tell you about next week, and there are 15 of them in total. And let's get on with some decorating. Let's dive into the box and see what I've got here. And I'll just feed Tweet and Sparky, because they're, you know, the lovebirds, they're always like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Anyway, I'll feed them, I'll give them some treats, and let's dive into the box. Right, and this box I had labelled living room. I store my things by area. It makes more sense to me, because then I can just tackle one area at a time. In here I've got old advent calendars made by the kids. I'm not going to display these, but I keep those in this box. Those are all there. And also in this box I've got a bag of things for the craft afternoon that I have together with my besties. We'll be doing that next week. And I keep all kind of bits and bobs, and you know, all different kinds of odds and ends of paper, bits of offcuts of wallpaper. So I use that. And I'll tell you a funny story about that next week. Next week, I'll hopefully make a video where we're doing it at Helena's house this year. Okay, a couple of plastic poinsettias. They do not droop, and you don't need to water them. So I've got some pots in the basement, so I'll put those in pots and put those somewhere. I like to put them somewhere where you can't kind of see them up close, but they're not bad. Right, and you'll notice a lot of the decorations that I have in the living room, the ones that I have in the kitchen, the ones that I have in the hall, are very kind of red and green and, you know, scream Christmas at you. The ones that I have in the living room, not so much so. I prefer to go for white decorations, because as soon as Christmas is over, I like to pack away all the red and green stuff. But in the living room, we like to have a few things left out, you know, because it'll hopefully be snowing by then. And then it just kind of takes us through the rest of the winter until it starts getting bright again. So I like any of the white ceramic decorations. I love those. So these Christmas trees, these are coming out. Now I usually put those over there. Hold on. Let me get them out first. And I've got some other things that belong in the dining room here as well. Okay, this is all little bits and bobs that came out of Christmas crackers before, little wind-up Santas. If you missed my video about 5 things that really make it Christmas for me, one of them was Christmas crackers. And these are things that we got in Christmas crackers before. I'm not sure we'll hold on to them. Maybe I should just give those to the charity shop. They were racing reindeers. Yeah, I'll keep that over there. I'll have to think about that, whether I'm going to give that away. Oh, and this was the new addition for this year, is my Lucia procession dolls that I got at the Swedish thrift store. So there we are. If you want to see them close up, you can see them in that video. The Lucia dolls. And oh, here's another one of the white trees. And that's some decorative stuff in case I'm making anything of my own. Okay, and then we have the little stars, which are really popular here in Scandinavia. A lot of, oh, there's a price tag from, oh, that's from, price tag from the dolly. In Scandinavian homes, they often have huge ones of these that they put, and they have a light in them, and they hang them in the windows. I'm not so much into doing that, but I do like a few of the stars. So I've got these little sparkly stars, and I like to put them, I'll show you, I just like to put them, you know, on top of the piano, or on top of the big chest of drawers that we've got. Oh, and you can see I've got my folded Christmas tree book there, so that's going to make a nice little tableau on the top of the piano. There, another star. I've got some big stars as well. A couple of stars there. And I'll spend a few minutes kind of arranging stuff once I've got everything out. Oh, also something that I like to put on front of the piano is some old Christmas magazines. I got these from Hygge. These are from 2018, but they're nice to have a wee look through. So I'll put those on the piano. There we are. Look at that one. And I've also got some Christmas books. This is a Danish classic, Peter's Jul, and Christmas Carol, of course. And this is another one that I picked up in a Swedish charity shop. It's called Swedish Christmas Celebrations, and it's food and recipes, songs and games. And that's a nice one to look through. Like, there's a Swedish julskinka. The Swedes eat ham for Christmas, very different from the Danes, a completely different food culture for Christmas. They eat their köttbullar, Swedish meatballs and ham, not something we have here for Christmas. Right, and I'll put those beside the piano as well, up on top. So if anybody wants to come and play some Christmas music and do some Christmas reading. Right, what else? Oh, another star and another one. More stars. Right, I'll put them here and then I'll decide where to put them. Now, these are something that my neighbour in Scotland made for me years ago. My neighbour called Jean, it's my mum's best friend, Jean. And she made these little mice. Aren't they fantastic? They are hand knitted, and they've got little hats on, and they're singing carols. And he's got his little lantern. So there's 1, 2, there are 4 of them. Let me see if I can pop them here. 1, 2, and 4. Aren't they cute? Look, they've even got little tails. So those I'm going to display on, I think I'll put them on the chest, which is behind you. It's behind you. Right, let me just get everything out first and I'll show you first. Right, what else have we got in here? Oh, and this is a Christmas tree. One of these paper ones. See, I like all these white ornaments in here. There we are. There we go, and that one's actually got a little magnet to keep it closed. So there's my little Christmas tree. I might put that over here with my book Christmas tree. There we are. All the white things. Right, what else can I grab? Okay. Oh, I know. Hold on. Let me get to the bottom for the big star. Right, here are the stars. I was thinking, where did the stars get to? But actually, they fold down quite small. This is what they look like when you buy them in a packet. And if you're really crafty, you could make your own. There we are. It's a red one, and this one will go in the hall, because that's where I've got my red stuff. Or maybe in the kitchen. I think it'll go in the hall. There's one there. Big red star. And then I've got a white, oh, look at that, sunshine. Don't blink, you'll miss it. We've had so much rain, as I said. You know, with climate change, we've really had a lot more snow than we've had snow the past few years. And you may think, oh well, you know, that's great. There's less snow and more rain. It's actually a problem for the crops here. So farmers are having to rethink. You know, we're having so much rain, it's not being able to drain away, you know, for the water level. So anyway, right. So there's a white one, and that one will probably go in here as well. Because as I said, I like to keep it all white. And also more stars. I love these stars. More stars. I've also, as I said, got some stuff for the dining room in here, or things that go between the dining room and the living room. And this is mistletoe, and I add some fresh mistletoe and I hang it up here. And this is quite nice because it kind of catches the light. So that always goes here, mistletoe. So I'll probably buy some mistletoe this weekend. And I've also got some fake greenery that goes around the fireplace next door. So I'll get that hung up today. That just goes around our little fireplace. So that's going through there. And what else? Oh, more, I can see more white stuff. Christmas tree, more stars. More Christmas trees. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of Christmas trees going on around here. And I think these were from, IKEA. You can use them either like as coasters or put them underneath your plants, but I think they're just quite nice as decorations in themselves. Right, those, and oh, here's something that if you're a knitter or a crafter, you may have seen these before. These were also knitted by Jean, my neighbour in Scotland. I always pop in and see her when I'm home visiting my family and visiting mum. And she knitted these. She's a knitter, I think. I don't think Jean does crochet. I think she knits. It's mainly knitting. And she did these little plum puddings. Now, if you're British, you know what plum puddings are. And the idea was that you would put in a chocolate, a covered chocolate, some kind of round chocolate, like a Ferrero Rocher or something like that. And it looks like you've got little mini Christmas puddings. And I've had these for years, and people are always fascinated by them. But can you imagine the work that has gone into that? I am not a knitter or, I can sew things on the machine, but, I like to work fast, and it's got to be a project that I can get done easily. I don't have the patience for knitting or crocheting, but they are lovely. So I'm going to be filling these with sweets. Right, and what else have I got left? Not much left in this box. All the bits and bobs at the bottom. Oh, we have, of course, more candle traditions, and this is one of the ones, just pop it like that, where you put a little tea light in the bottom, and then the heat from it helps it to turn around like it's doing just now. And that's really nice on the table in the evening. So that's going to come out, and that's going to go here in the living room. And a couple of stockings. The Danes don't really have the tradition of the, filling up the stockings with Father Christmas, but they do like to have the socks. And I hang these on either side of our fireplace next door. So these are going next door. And what else? Oh, this is one of the things that my kids love to play with. It's one of these babushka dolls, but as Santa. Oh. There we are, and then we've got second Santa, and then third Santa, fourth Santa, and of course you're going to want to see the little teeny tiny white ones. Yeah, little teeny tiny Santa at the end. And I display those on the side of the kind of fireplace here. These go along. Actually, I might put these ones here again this year. This is where I normally display those. Right, so I think I know what I'm going to use this year. And remember, when you're going through your Christmas decorations, if you see something you think, oh, I really don't like it, or it's broken, and if you're not going to repair it, let's get it out of there and pass it on to somebody who can. Have a bag ready when you're going through your Christmas decorations. So if you see anything that you know you're not going to use, maybe you've changed styles over the year, or maybe, like me, you've really managed to declutter a lot. Let's just get out of here right now, because the charity shops, this is the time that they want your Christmas decorations. They don't want them on the 27th of December. They want them right now. Okay, so I'm going to put these things up and wish you all a merry day. Oh, and listen, I never say it, and I never say please subscribe to my channel and please like this video, but I'm going to say it today, and I'll tell you why. Because hold on, let me just tell him to be quiet. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed and press that notification bell, if you're ever going to do it today, because I've been filming over at Vibeka's house, and it's going to be a fantastic video. She's got a beautiful, beautiful style. She's very, very different from my kind of random decorating style. So if you don't want to miss that, I will hopefully get it put together so that you can enjoy it tomorrow. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye with my little Christmas mice and get those put up. Wish you a fantastic day. Remember, just set your timer for 15 minutes and do something, whether it is decorating, whether it is mixing up a batch of dough. We did pepernoller at the weekend, and yesterday we did some peppermint creams, peppermint patties. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do something and to put you in the spirit. I've always got the Christmas music going right now because that's what makes me feel kind of jolly bright. And as I said to you, today is Little Friday, and I'm going out with Vibeke and Helena tonight into the centre of Copenhagen for our Christmas dinner. So I'm so looking forward to that. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I shall see you tomorrow. So ho, 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 live long and prosper. May the Danish decorating Hygge be with you, and see you very soon.